guys, welcome back. So today I filmed a video with the Jaclyn Hill collection with Becca products. So I have been obsessed with these two since I got them in the mail. They are absolutely amazing, and I know a lot of you probably got your hands on them or are going to be getting your hands on them when they release again on June 16th. So I decided to film a video using both of these items. So if you would like to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. So starting off this makeup look, I took my Born This Way foundation from Too Faced in Sand and mixed it with my Becca Backlight priming filter, and then going in with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and just dabbing it out with a beauty blender and then setting it with a powder so my eyeshadows go on smoothly. And then picking up the Becca Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette, I'm picking up that middle kind of mauve-y shade, and I am using it as my transition shade. I did go into it a couple of times because I did want it to be quite deep, but I'm just making sure that I'm blending it from inner corner all the way to outer corner with my Sigma E40 blending brush. This is the best blending brush ever for transition shades. It's so like fluffy and thick and just amazing for blending out. I definitely recommend it. I will leave the link to the Sigma E40 brush down below. And then picking up that darker kind of mauve-y color, I'm picking up on my Sigma E25 blending brush. This brush is amazing as well, and I am just putting this more densely into the outer V and the kind of outer crease of my eye, and then I'll be turning my brush kind of sideways to blend it out. And I did go in with this color a couple of times as well, just because I did want that to be quite deep. I didn't want it to be deep anywhere other than that outer V and just a little bit into the crease. So I just make sure that I am blending it out really well, and after I blend it out with this brush, I do go back in with my Sigma E40 brush just to make sure all of the edges look seamless. You do not ever want to have any harsh edges. So when you're done blending it all together, I did end up going in with a little bit more of that transition shade just because I felt like it wasn't as seamless as I wanted. And then picking up this kind of golden shade. It is super pigmented and super pretty, just like the rest of these shades in this palette. And I'm just putting it everywhere that we didn't put any prior color, so basically all over the lid and then just a little bit into the kind of outer part, just up until we get that purple shade. And I just applied it with my fingers because I found that it was just easiest to apply with my fingers. And then going back in with my Sigma E25 blending brush, I just wanted to make sure those edges were seamless. Then picking up this very gorgeous white shade. It is an amazing color, and I'm just putting it as my brow bone highlight and then going in with my Sigma E40 blending brush to make sure it's all blended. So I did want this look to be pretty much focused on the eyeshadow, but I did want to have just a little bit of definition with my eyeliner, so I'm going in with my Tarte So Fine kind of like felt pen, and it's amazing because it's so tiny, so it can make just a really small little wing if that's what you desire, and that's what I desired for this look. And then going in with my The Balm Mascara. This is one of my all-time favorites as well. It just gives your lashes so much volume and length, and they're perfect. And then going in with eyelashes, these are the Vegas Nay Shining Star Lashes. And moving on to face, I'm going with my Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. This is my all-time favorite concealer ever. It has amazing coverage and it just gives such a luminosity to the skin. Every time I use it, I'm just like, why do I not use this every single day? And I'm just tapping it out with a dampened beauty blender. I'm making sure I get all the way into that inner corner and all the way up to where my winged liner was, just because I want to make sure everything is nice and coated. And I'm also using this to highlight my face as well. So you do want to make sure that you are tapping it out. You don't want to drag it across your face or you're going to move it around. Going in with my RCMA Note Color Powder, I am just setting all of that concealer everywhere I put it, so underneath my eyes is where I'm focusing it most because I do not want my concealer to crease. And then I'm going to be putting on all the other areas that I put concealer as well, so on my forehead, on my chin, and on my nose. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder. I love this powder. It just seems to like get rid of all pores and just makes everything look so incredibly smooth. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going in with that kind of crease shade, the transition shade that we had used, that kind of light mauve shade, and I'm just putting this all over from outer corner to inner corner. And then I am going to be taking that golden shade. So this might seem a little strange, but I'm going to put that kind of on top of that, closer to my lower lashes, and just put that all the way from inner corner to outer corner as well. I did just want some sparkle down there, but I didn't want it to be too intense. And then going in with that lightest shade from that palette, and I'm just highlighting my inner corners. And then for bronze, I'm going in with my Ciate Palm Palm something, Palm, I don't remember what it was called, Palm something bronzer, and I'm obsessed with this bronzer. Palm Island, that's what it is, Palm Island. And then I'm just bronzing my skin where I normally bronze, so basically everywhere. To contour my face, I'm going in with my MAC Sculpt Powder in my Sigma F77 brush. This is like the most perfect brush for contouring because it gives such a small little line, and then I like to just flick the powder upwards to make it more precise. Then going in with the Becca Jaclyn Hill Face Palette. I love this palette. Going in with the most luminous blush ever, and I'm obsessed with it. Just putting it all over my cheekbones and bringing it all the way up to my temples. That's just how I personally like to apply blush. And then going in with Prosecco Pop on this Sigma highlighter brush. I'm focusing this more kind of on my cheekbones, and then I will use the Champagne Pop to kind of do more on my actual cheek, like where you're supposed to put highlight. So I put the Prosecco Pop more on the apples of my cheeks, and then I'm putting Champagne Pop kind of more on the like cheekbone area. And then I also put it down the bridge of my nose and on my Cupid's bow. And since the eyes were pretty soft, I decided to go in with a more Va Va Voom lipstick. So I'm going in with my MAC Soar lip liner first to start, and then I'm going in with my Anastasia Madison liquid lipstick. I just thought that this color would look so good with these eyes, especially since the eyes were so soft. I wanted kind of like a pow on the lips. Alright, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love how this turned out. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!